Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 11 and the final part of this SS Canberra tutorial, and also could be the final ship tutorial full stop, but we'll get to that another day. Today's focus is a lot of windows along the side of the ship. We've got windows and more windows. We've got staircases, a couple of those, and basically handrails and general tidying up basically. Oh, and also the bow thruster as well. I must write that down and remember that one. So what we're going to do first is start from the back of the ship and work forward. We're going to do 2 layers of windows along the side. So we'll go to we'll go to the back of the ship, of course, and we're going to start on the deck below the lifeboat station. So we've got the lifeboat stations here, and we're going to go to the deck below that. So we're going to go up to the end of the, or sort of the side of the ship, basically. So where the deck below, so you got the lifeboat stations here, then you go to the deck below, and at the very end here where it opens up, we're going to start from this point, and we're going to count from say from this block here. So this basically, ignore the corner block, the curved block. We're going to go from this block here, which is the first block or the end block of the deck before it opens up. So lifeboat stations up there, and you got this deck point here was block point. So we're going to count to the 5th block back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll put our first window in. I think what I'll do, I'll just cut the windows open for now, and then I'll come back and glaze them. So that's the first window, and that's that. So then we're going to leave a 2 block gap, 1, 2, and put another window in, and then an 8 block gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and another window, and then another window after that. So it's 2 windows like so. And then another 8 block gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and another 2 windows, like so. I just adjust my notes as I go along so I know what I'm doing. So that was that, and then we leave a 7 block gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and add 2 more windows. And then another 7 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 2 more windows. And then another 7 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 2 more windows without damaging anything, and then change my notes so I know what I'm doing. And then we want a 9 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 more windows like so, just making sure the windows are in the right place, because remember the windows are 1 block above the deck itself. So you've got the deck here, and then the windows are above it by 1 block. I forgot to mention that, but never mind. So that's those 2, and then we want an 11 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we want 3 windows, so 1 window, 2 windows, 3 windows, and then a 9 block gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 3 more windows. And then we want an 8 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we want 4 windows, so 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. And adjust my notes so I know what I'm doing. And then we want another 8 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we want 3 windows, so 1, 2, 3, and then we want a 10 gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we want 2 windows, so I'll just measure that again. So that's 1 block, and that's 10, and then what was it, 2 windows, wasn't it? So 1 and 2, and then an 8 block gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 4 windows, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 4 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 windows, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 4 gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and another 4 windows, like so. I'll adjust my notes again, and then we want another 4 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we want 3 windows, so 1, 2, and 3, like so. And then we want 9 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we want 2 windows, so 1 and 2, and then 5 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 windows, 1 and 2. And then we want an 8 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we want 2 windows. That's 1 and 2. Like so. And then we want an 8 gap. 1, 2. Hang on, was it an 8 gap or a 5 gap? So I've done the 8 gaps. That's. Yeah, I'll just take that count. I guess it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 2 windows. Right, and then we want a 9 gap, sorry, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we want 2 windows. And then a 10 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we want 2 windows, like so. And then we want a 13 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we want 2 windows. Like so. So there's all the windows on that deck done, or hollowed out basically. So we've basically just got to go back and glaze them all, and then we'll go back to the beginning again and do the next deck below. So I'm going to do the first few windows and glaze them just to get them all out of the way, and it should all look fine when it's done. It will look a bit weird where the deck where the hull curves inwards, but it's just, you know, it's something you've got to take into account. But I'll just do the first few. And I think what I'll do, I'll use welded it for the ones on the outside, because I can just replace the empty space with glass, but I don't actually know what black glass is, so shit. Okay, I'm going to go back and do it all by hand, because I don't know the number for black glass, so that theory's gone out the window. Let's just do this all by hand, and we should all be okay. And of course you've got to do the same on the other side as well, which is also fun. And I don't appreciate, you know, being criticised for using welded. I know it's cheating, but I do explain how to build everything first before you come along and start saying I cheated and I'm an arsehole. You know, all the effing and blinding that goes with it. You know, I do explain how to do things first before I do any copying and pasting. It's just for time purposes. If I was to do everything by hand without welding it, then the videos would be 10 times longer. So, boo-hoo to those who don't like it. Right, so I'm nearly at the end now. And last couple of windows, and there we go. There's all the windows glazed now, those ones on the side. And we've just got to go onto the deck below now and sort those ones out. So just bear with me while I change my notes. And what we do, we go to the next deck below. So back to the open area of the rear deck, so the back deck here. And from the bottom block of the curve, basically, so the last block before it opens up, we're going to count to the 5th block forwards, or 5th block back, whichever way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6th block we add 2 windows, so 1 and 2. And then we want a 4 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we want 2 windows. And then we want another 4 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 more windows. And then we want, was that 4 gap? 4 gap, yep, so that's that one. So then we want a 7 gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we want 4 windows, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Change my notes so I don't get confused and knock everything on the floor, which is helpful. Bear with me a second. Right, so that was the 7 one, and then the 4. Right, so after that we want a 5 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 2 windows, and then a 6 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 2 windows, and then it's another 6 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 2 windows, and then another 6 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 windows, and then another 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 2 windows. And then we want 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 2 windows. And then adjust my notes. And then we want another 6 gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 3 windows. And then we want 5 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 windows, like so. And then we want 8 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 2 windows. And then adjust my notes again. And then we want a 9 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 2 windows. And then we want another 9 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 3 windows. Like so. And then a 7 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 2 windows. And adjust my notes again. And then we want 8 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 2 windows. And then another 8 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 2. And then a 7 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 2 windows. And then an 11 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 3 windows. And then a 15 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Plus 3 windows. And adjust my notes. And then we want 16 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Plus, oh shit, wrong one. Plus 2 windows. And then we want a 9 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 2 windows. And then a 7 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 2 windows. And then we want another 7 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 2 windows. And then a 14 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus 2 windows. And that should be all the windows on the bottom there. And as before, we go on the back to the areas and just glaze them all. So all the wonderful things that need to be done, we just fill in with glaze or black glass, whichever you want to call it. You can either use, well, I prefer to use blocks. You can use glass panes if you want, but you will have an indentation then, so glass blocks probably the better thing to use. And as before, you just do the same thing on the other side as well. They're exactly the same layout if you want. I don't know if the ship was symmetrical on both sides in terms of porthole and window layout, but it's up to you if you want to do it exactly the same. We can sort of stagger them again, make them a bit more, I'll say staggered, it's up to you. It's just, like I say, it's entirely up to you how you want to go about doing this. And there are people with a lot more time, a lot more patience, a lot more research capabilities, a lot more information as well, which can do a much better job with the window layout. But we'll just get all the crap out of the way. And I think that's pretty much it for the windows, and there we go. That doesn't look too bad. It looks a bit more fuller now that it's done. So what I'll do now, I'm going to do a jump cut while I do the other side, and then we'll move on to the next phase. So yeah, back in a moment. Okay, back again. So I've got the windows all done on both sides now, and it don't look too bad, at least in my opinion anyway. So anyway, that's the windows all done. So what we're going to do now is go back up to the front, or the deck, this open deck here that's in front of the bridge superstructure. So there's the bridge there, and you've got this big open deck here, and we're going to build a couple of staircases. So on the we've got this raised platform here, so we've got this side wall on the outside. So I'm working on the left hand side here, okay? So this raised platform here, and this side wall is that's 22 long. So if we go back to the first block of that, so the first block of the 22 here, we're going to leave a single block gap from the side of it, and then we're going to go and then cut a hole for the staircase. So I'll build the staircase 3 wide, or if it's up to you, we'll make it 4 wide in case you may want to make it a bit wider. And then we add the white blocks in there like that, and we should just dig a hole to make the staircase fit in this gap. So staircase tends to vary on how you want to fit it in, so we build it sort of 4 wide and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the sides, and then we cut the hole for the staircase to fit inside. So we'll put the stairs at the top, and I'm going to get the stairs ready, or find the stairs, which are there. I'm going to put stairs at the top, and then we're going to have to build a wall. So from the side, side, we're going to build these walls down to deck level below, and then build them up again. So just build the side walls basically, like so, and then the same on the other side to build them down to the deck below. Like so. So look at it from above, you've got the sort of a well basically, you've got walls on both sides. And then we just add the stairs the full width of the thingy what. Try and get them in the right place. And the bloody phone just went off then, which is annoying. Right, anyway, that's the stairs in place, and you may want to adjust the well to make the stairs a bit more accessible. You know, I made the well sort of oversized just to make sure they fit, but it's in there nonetheless. So it's 4 wide, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the sides. You can make the sides a bit shorter if you want, because like I said, the stairs, it usually depends on how far the stairs go down. They're going to go down 1, 2, 3 blocks, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, usually the decks are a bit further apart, but obviously you can adjust it as much as you want. But that's that one done there. And then we get our handrails, which are always fun to put in. Use iron bars and just put handrails around the edge. Like so. So I do the same on the other side. So up to that row of 19, or not 19, the 22, which is this one here. 1 block gap, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 cut there. And then we cut backwards, don't we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's that 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wasn't it? Yeah, that did. And then remove all the gubbins around. Put the white wall around the edge. And then the white walls down to deck level below. Like so. And then, am I doing it the right way round? Yeah, I am. That's fine. And then we add the stairs going down. So stairs, 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 and stairs. Like so. So that's the second staircase. Like so. And then we just add the handrails around the edge, which is always fun. And there we go. There's those 2 staircases done there. So you've got access now to the top. Whether you want to or not is up to you. But anyway, that's those 2 done there. And then we've got 2 more staircases to go on the stern, the back of the ship that is. So we'll fly down to the back there, and it's these staircases go between the top deck and the bottom deck. So we've got the back of the top deck here, so we've got the funnels there. This is the top deck, and then we go, we go to the deck below and work in this space here. So it's from, I'm trying to think where it is. It's from the 5th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or is it one above? I think what we do, go to this wall here. So we've got this wall on the outside here, and I think what I'll do, I'll go over to the prototype actually and work this one out, because it's a bit confusing, especially when I don't know what I'm doing. So I should fly over to the prototype, and it is, oh I see how it is. We've got the wall already built there, we just need to put the stairs in. So yeah, it's the 5th block forward on the side wall. So we go back under again. So top deck is here with all the big windows and things. We go to the deck below, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th block in. So basically the wall's already built, it just needs to remove a few blocks and put the stairs in. So stairs going up, stairs going up, stairs going up, and then just remove a few blocks above, and then put another staircase in. So there's the stairs, and then just put the white going around. You can make this one a bit shorter if you want. Well, it's going to be shorter because it's only 1 block wide, but there we go, there's the stairs in, and then we can just fill in the gaps so we don't have the wall exposed. And there we go. It should look something like that anyway. And then handrails around the edge, and it should look something like that. So I do the same the other side. So underneath the top deck, and this area here, so in this corner block here, so the 5th block forward of that point, we put the stairs in here. So stairs, 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 and stairs. And then remove the blocks around, like so. So how long did I build it? So the well itself was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. So do the same the other side. Build the well 5 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then one across like so. And then we just fill in the gaps. Like so. And there we are. That's the other stairwell. And then handrails around the edge. And there we go. That's those 2 stairwells there. They're quite discreet, those ones. I mean, they're very small. They're not anything special. But then they're there nonetheless. And that's pretty much it for structure-wise. I think the last thing we want to do before we add the handrails is basically the bow thruster. Now, the bow thruster itself goes down on the hull of the ship, down on the red. And if you've still got the labels on there, which I have, because remember I labelled everything when I built the ship. The bow thruster goes on section 17. So remembering that the centre is section 0. So remember here we've got each section is labelled. So section 0 is the section in the middle is 0, and then it's 1 to 20. I think it's 1 to 26 out. So we go to section 17, which is where our thruster goes. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And what we do, so it's on section 17, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 back, 5 back, sorry. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the top, and then the 10th down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then actually make it 6 back, so to there, and then make it 10 down. So I just check that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So 10th down, 6 back. And then we cut a 2 hole there, 2 down the sides, and then down the side there, and then 2 across the bottom there like that. So you got a square hole, well, sort of shaped like that, and then remove blocks in the middle. And then how big did I build it? I think I built it 3. So I built it 3 at the bottom, and then 3. Is it 2 or 3? Can't remember how I've done it. So we'll make it a bit slightly wider. So build it like that. So it's 3 down the top, 3 on the sides, 3 on the bottom, 3 on the side like that. So then it should look something like that. Remember, this is sort of building it randomly. So what I'm going to do now is get some grey wool, which is what I used before. And where is the grey wool? That's terra firma, cotta. So we use grey wool for this one, and we'll just line the inside, or line the inside of the gaps with grey wool, like so, and it should look something like that. So remember, you got 3, 3, 3, 3, like so, and then the bottom of the bow thruster will just build grey. So I'll go from the centre of the bottom and just build that all the way across the other side. So it's just a long tube basically, going the full width of our vessel, and I can do the same the other side. So 3, 3 there, like so, and then 3, 3, 3 there, 3, 3, 3 there, 3, 3, 3 there, and then remove all the goings in the middle, and then we can build the same thing this side. So there we go, there's the same on the other side, and then you just build the tube basically all the way around. So build the bottom, basically build the tube 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide, like that. So the bottom will be 3 wide. Like so, and then the sides will be 3 wide as well, or 3 high in this case. Like so. So I'll just do the first few sections because it's going to take forever otherwise. La, 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 la. So there we are. There's 2 sides of the tube done. So you just do the same along the top and along the other side. So I'll try and use World Edit for this one and see if I can do it properly. So it's gonna be grey wool anyway. So set grey. That's fine. And then the last one on the side. Like so, and there we go. That's the tube all filled in. It's basically a square tunnel, which is what the bow thruster is. And then for the propeller itself, is going to be well, basically a swastika. So I use yellow. What's this? It's yellow terracotta. So we use that. So roughly 1, 2, 3 blocks in, I will basically build a swastika sort of thing. But I don't really know how to do this on the propeller in the space that I have. So actually, we'll do it properly. We'll do a proper thing like that. There we go. There's put a cross in there. Don't do a swastika. Do a cross, and that's that one there. And I've got to go and do the other side. So 3 blocks in. So 1, 2, 3. Do the same again across, like so. There we go. And that's both propellers done. And then just in front of the propeller, we just use iron bars to put a guard over the top, so the propeller is no longer a hazard. Like so. Don't look too bad, do it? So that's one side. I've got to go around now and do the other side. So it should all be politically correct. Much a poo about anything. Alright, so there we are. And there we go. That's that bow thruster done. And yes, they should be square. No, they should be circles rather than square. But you know. Anyway, that is everything pretty much structural wise we're going to be building now. And everything now is basically handrails. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start at the back of the ship and work our way forward. So there's a few handrails to go on most decks, but some were made actually during the construction of certain sections. So I'm going to start at the back of the ship. And I'm going to start on the stern pool, basically. Start from the centre there, and just add the first of the handrails. It's basically anywhere where there's a leading edge without a wall around it, just add handrails, basically. Unless it's on a swimming pool, of course, which would look a bit silly if you put handrails around it. Health and safety gone mad, of course. Up to there, like so. And then across the front where the lifeboat stations begin. Because I'm stuck now, so I can't get in there, so we do the same there. There we are. That's that side. So what I'll do, I'll probably do... Actually, we'll do it all. We'll do it all. We'll do every handrail we can. It takes time, but it does use up all the time that I have. And make the video a bit longer as well. But the main plan I have at the moment was finish this tutorial and then go on to Empress of Ireland, which I've got mainly built. I mean that over there is the Empress of Ireland, but that's not the one I'm actually building. That is just the shell. The finished one, well, not finished yet, but it's over in the build zone. So that's just sort of a sort of half copy, basically. The other one I have has actually got a finished hull, so that's something for another day. That's going to be scrapped. So that's just an empty hull, or an empty nothing really. It's just a plan that never come to anything. Anyway, I'll do the next deck up as well. But yeah, the plan was to do this one, and then get Empress of Ireland done as well, and then go on to the requested ships, which I put a comment out or a suggestion out some time ago, a few weeks ago, and let people mention the ship that they want me to build, and I shall put them in a poll. So that was the plan. Do those afterwards. But judging by the way YouTube has worked so far this year, it's been a really crap year basically for views. I mean, I will admit I do this for money as well. I mean, it's not a lot of money, I will admit, but you know, it does pay a few bills, which is quite good. So I will admit there is money involved, but I say it's not a lot of money. But this year it's been so bad of it, you know, things haven't been too good. And also hours are being cut at work as well, which has sort of reduced the bank balance as well. So I'm kind of in dead stum really in terms of finances, and you know, it's not fair, to be honest. Anyway, that's that deck done. So now we'll go down to the lifeboat stations and we'll build the handrails again along the lifeboat stations, but we'll replace a few white blocks as well in the corners so that the handrails sit on top, white blocks all the way around. So, but yeah, you know, when things are sort of stacked against you financially, you know, Makes you wonder if it's worth carrying on, because I've had a few good years with YouTube, but I think what the cause of it is back in March they had a mass demonetization of YouTube channels for people. I think it was under 1,000 subs, and they decided to just do away with them. You know, take away their well, not their rights, but their sort of privileges there, which I thought was a bit. You know, it's, for some people, it's a lot to them. You know, if you can just earn a few pennies a year or a few pennies a month just for doing your videos, it's all right. But they've taken away the privileges to that, and it's a bit unfair. And since they've done that, I think it's affected everyone really, because I think now YouTube can cap the amount of money you earn, or at least cap sort of the RPM of what you earn. So I think they sort of found a bit of a gold mine there and screw you out of pretty much everything you earn. So I think that's what's going on. YouTube cut the amount of people earning money, and then they can cap the amount of money distributed outwards. So that's the way I see it anyway. At least that's my opinion. So you've got the handrails along the boat deck there. So we'll go to the next deck, couple of decks up, we'll do the handrails along there. So anyway, that's my rant about YouTube anyway. And you know, the atmosphere. You know, some people have been saying that the atmosphere on YouTube stinks at the moment, but to be fair, it's been pretty smelly for quite a long time. So it's not a happy environment to be in, and there's no other real platforms I can go on to really get this. You know, the views are drying up, and 30,000 subscribers. I do appreciate the subscribers, but 30,000 subscribers doesn't mean anything, to be honest. I mean, I put a video out, and I may only get 300 views for it, which is sort of 1% of my total subscriber base. So the subscribers don't mean anything. You know, it's the subscriber view ratio it stinks, and you know, the subscribers doesn't really mean anything, to be honest, in terms of what you earn or what you produce. The way I see it, you're seen once, you know, you're subscribed to, and then they forget about you. I suppose it's out of sight, out of mind, but I don't know how to fix it. I don't really know what to do. I'm not technically minded. I'm not a particularly bright person, but you know, the atmosphere just stinks, and I don't really know what to go with it. I'm sure there's a lot of people who know the system better than I do, and I'm pretty sure they're in the same situation as well. You know, it's just being ripped off by the powers that be. And YouTube just seemed to cater for the big channels now. I mean, you get people who, someone mentioned it to me the other day. I won't mention his name, but they said to me, you know, that all YouTube is now is basically unboxing and fake vlogs. Basically, that is all YouTube is nowadays. It's just unboxing toys or unboxing makeup or things like that. That's all YouTube is being used for now. It's not, you don't learn anything anymore. I mean, the ships that I do now sort of just fading away. Basically, there are still people doing this sort of thing. Not many, I admit. I mean, Master Jam, you know, he's sort of fixed with his other commitments now, so he can only put videos out when he can. I haven't seen Jag Thunder do a ship tutorial for a long time, so that's something else there. You still get the ship makers like Cronus Darth, and I think there's a few others as well. You sort of put out a new ship every couple of weeks. But they're not tutorial makers. They just make a ship and basically sell the ship or release it for download. That's all they do. So it's not the same sort of creativity. They don't really learn anything, but you know, that's the way it goes. So probably call it a day with the ships, but may just sort of branch out into something else. There's not much I can do. I mean, I can't do makeup, for God's sake. I look weird enough as it is, but you know, doing makeup would just make me look stupid. Unboxing toys and unboxing things, I could do that, but who the hell wants to sit and watch that? You know, an intelligent person who in the intelligent world would want to watch that. I tried to sort of branch out to the intelligent people, but there's always a few stupid ones there. There we go. So where am I now? I'm currently doing the lifeboat stations and making a complete hash of that. So like I say, I just get the lifeboat stations out of the way. And there's someone knocking on the wall for some reason. Do you suffer from noisy neighbours as well? That's something I've got to ask. Do noisy neighbours, do they annoy you? Because there's some reason they like tapping on the wall. And that's currently what they're doing now. I mean, it's a rented property for God's sake, and they're doing DIY. But, you know, that's that. So anyway, that's the lifeboat stations done there and the deck above that. So now we're on to the top deck of the superstructure. So around these pillars, so we've got to do around those. And we shall see. So I'll start at the forward end of the pillars and put handrails in between. And once again, the knocking is getting much louder. I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just get these handrails sorted and done, and then we can call it a day. Because to be honest, I've had enough of this ship. It's not been an easy one to build, and I'm kind of out of my comfort zone with these sort of ships. I mean, it's not a modern ship by any means. I mean, it's a 1960s. I think it's 1960s this ship was built, but it's you know, it's a more modern than what I'm used to. So like I say, I'm out of my comfort zone with it. But I decided to do this one because I mean, Scottish Gaming, or Brian is his name, has been requesting me to build this one for about 4 years. So I thought I'd better do it. So you know, it is a bit mean of me to ignore the requests. I do ignore a lot of requests though, but you know, because Oasis of the Seas, Costa Concordia, Titanic 2, I do ignore those ones. Because, you know, I've built Titanic 10,000 times already and I don't want to do any more. Costa Concordia is basically a modern Titanic, so I don't really want to do that one. And Oasis of the Seas is just sort of, I don't really know what to explain with that one. It's just too big for even for me, you know, too big for most people I think. The people who do go ahead and build the big ships do it in 1:1 scale, which sort of defeats the object of getting all the details in. Never seen the point of 1:1 scale ships in Minecraft because the walls are, you know, they're only blocks available and they're all a metre thick, and you know, ships' walls, ships' hulls and floors are not a metre thick, so you're not going to get all the space inside of a 1:1 scale ship. I mean, even what's his name, Dead Koala, is that his name, Dead Koalas or something like that? He built the Titanic in 1:1 scale. It's not 1:1 scale. The ship is about 30 blocks longer than it should be, so all that bullshit about 1:1 scale just doesn't work. Anyway, that's all my ranting and raving going on, and we've got the handrails all complete up to a point. So if we go back down here, there's a few blocks here missing, so at the end of the walls here on the side, we just replace those blocks there and do the same on the other side. Should be a few blocks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think we can call it a day now because I'm bored of this one. I really don't want to do any more of this one, and I think what we have achieved is pretty good. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but for me it's sort of an achievement. I'm not happy with building. I wasn't happy building this one. It's not an easy one to build, but got there nonetheless, and yeah, don't look too bad. I mean, there's a few slight differences between the two versions here, but it's only a few small cosmetic changes, mainly the lifeboats and the swimming pools. But yeah, it's not too bad. Anyway, we'll fly back to the front end and then we'll call it a day. So, a quick fly over the top of the superstructure, the big hole in the top, and then over the bridge, past the mast, down over the raised platform, which is also a change from the previous one over there, which has a big hole in the top. But we'll leave it at that. Anyway, that's the SS Canberra done. Thank you very much for watching and subscribing and all things like that. I do appreciate all the support that I get, but something tells me that this could be the end of a YouTube series for me. But we'll see how things are going. I mean, Christmas is coming up and the views tend to go up a little bit there. I don't know why, but you know, it's how things are, but we'll see. So, this is Rich, signing off, logging off, disappearing, and I may return with another tutorial soon. So, yeah, bye for now.